Principle of voyage planning. One of the most important procedure on a ship is that of voyage planning. A passage plan is a true berth-to-berth guide that identifies potential difficulties or risks on the proposed voyage. There are four stages of voyage planning that are appraisal planning, execution, and monitoring that logically follow each other. An appraisal of all information available must be made before detailed plans can be drawn up, and a plan must be in existence before tactics for its execution can be decided upon. Once the plan and the manner in which it is to be executed have been decided, monitoring must be carried out to ensure that the plan is followed. Appraisal is the process of gathering all information relevant to the proposed voyage, including ascertaining risk and assessing its critical areas. An overall assessment of the intended voyage should be made by the master in consultation with the navigating officer and other deck officer who will be involved after all relevant information has been gathered. This appraisal will provide the master and this bridge team with a clear and precise indication of all areas of danger and delineate the areas in which it will be possible to navigate safely, taking into account the calculated draught of the vessel and plan under kill clearance, bearing in mind the condition of the vessel, her equipment, and any other circumstance. A balanced judgment of the margin of safety which must be allowed in the various sections of the intended voyage can now be made, agreed, and understood by all concerned. Passage planning or voyage planning is a procedure to develop a complete description of a vessel voyage from start to finish. The plan includes leaving the dock and harbor area, an en route portion of a voyage approaching the destination, and mooring. The industry term for this is berth to berth. An overall assessment of the intended voyage should be made by the master in consultation with the navigating officer and other deck officer who will be involved after all relevant information has been gathered. This appraisal will provide the master and his bridge team with a clear and precise indication of all areas of danger and delineate the areas in which it will be possible to navigate safely, taking into account the calculated draught of the vessel and planned under kill clearance, bearing in mind the condition of the vessel, her equipment, and any other circumstances. A balanced judgment of a margin of safety which must be allowed in the various section of the intended voyage can now be made, agreed, and understood by all concerned. Execution of the finalized. The voyage plan should be carried out taking into account all the factors. The master should take into account any special circumstances which may arise, such as changes in the weather, which may require the plan to be reviewed or altered. Monitoring is a dynamic risk assessment and a continuous process of monitoring the vessel process along the pre-planned track. The officer of the watch, whenever in any doubt as to the position of the vessel or the manner in which the voyage is proceeding, should immediately call the master, and if necessary, take appropriate action for the safety of the vessel. The performance of navigational equipment should be checked prior to sailing, prior to entering restricted or hazardous water, and at regular and frequent intervals at other times throughout the voyage.